Okay, team. So what you are witnessing here or looking at, this is the price action from today, right? From starting from this candle here to the ending at this candle right over here, at this one right here. Okay. So we ended up getting the pullback that we were looking for, right? In fact, I was looking for bottom side to this range here. We just came about 1.5% from the target that I was looking for, right? So yes, I missed it by 1%. Just to tease the comments people over there trying to prove me wrong all the time, right? So it's all good. And this is essentially the range that we were talking about as resistance and the high likelihood of reaching it today, right? So you can see here that we approached, I was talking about a 702 top. Price action ended up going to around 710 in some brokers. Top side of trading view is 705. Okay, so I would say a good 95% accuracy from my perspective, right? So very, very good stuff. Congratulations if you longed this. All right, team. So let's go ahead and get this started and see what the potentials are for the next day. What is up? What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you with an FNGR technicals and raw price action thread of analysis on this Taco Tuesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, team. So yes, we were talking about a potential pullback at the first part of the day, right? And we did get that pullback. In fact, if we can count it, we were talking about a potential 5% drop, right? So you can see right here that we ended up dropping even minus 7.3% to the upside. I'm sorry, it was actually here for the first candle, right? So yeah, that was about a 6.8% drop to the downside, and that's based on several days where we actually are facing a drawdown at the beginning of the trading day before we actually continue onwards and upwards for the rest of the day. Okay, so that's how we were able to determine that we would see a pullback. Of course, it didn't meet exactly to our target here, just about 1% away from that, and we ended up getting the upside and the resistances that we were looking for as well. During the live stream, if you were present, we actually were able to determine potential drawback here to the SMA 100 on the 5-minute time frame, which was at about 623. And let's take a look at that. So it came down to 622. So perfectly executed to whoever ended up taking position from that target that we were talking about at the end of the day. Towards the end of the day. Okay, so so I actually do see price action continuing onwards and upwards, but let's go ahead and validate those metrics, because there are a few things that we need to take a look at first. Okay, check this out. Yesterday we were talking about the 5-day closure. We got it. This is absolutely a huge iteration of a bullish engulfing candle formation, which usually happens when the forward candle engulfs entirely within its body. Notice here that the green is below the red. It engulfs entirely the previous red candle. Okay, so please remember that order. Okay, so if it were a bearish engulfing, then it would be opposite. It would be this over here, just like this one here. So in fact, yeah, ever so slightly above the green one, right? So that would be the opposing side of the bullish engulfing, right? So oh yeah, right. We have a perfect iteration here, just so I can show you, right? This one here. So you're looking at the red one, the red candle engulfing entirely with its body, the green one prior to that. Okay, so that is a bearish candle formation, and price action likely leads to the downside upon that type of formation. Okay, so as you can see here, we just printed a bullish engulfing iteration, and I do suspect that price action can continue to the upside. And we do have some targets in mind. So let's go ahead and go over those probabilities now. Okay, so another thing that we want to point at here is that this is essentially for the early pre-order people that are considering the new ARQ algorithms that I'm going to be releasing here. We've actually remastered the algorithms again, and we got them a little tighter. So we actually improved the algorithms to determine their short and long signals a little better, right? So we, for example, you get a short position here, price drops, you get a long position here, price increases, short position, drop, right? Just like that. Not only that is that I am also including this as a package, because this is a strategy. FNGR on the 12-hour so far producing an 80% profitability. So huge profitability based on this. So if we just go ahead and block the visibility from ARCa, which is one of the indicators included in the subscriptions indicator set, you'll see here that you also have take profits or long signals and trailing stop losses as well. That is based off of this indicator here, and that is the ARC Div 1, otherwise known as a divergence locator and strategy. So RSI locating drives of hidden and regular bearish divergence and bullish divergence and trading off of those signals within a traditional RSI setup. Okay, so this has been combined with ARCa to create, kind of like a powerhouse duo here. And upon the pre-orders and the early comers to ARC indicators, I will be releasing this to you as well. Okay, so just go ahead and get in touch with either Ike or myself here at arqindicators@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and get you situated. I understand that some of you have already emailed me. I am getting a pretty large amount of requests regarding the new algo set. Okay, so just go ahead and bear with us just a bit, and we'll reach out to everyone coming by. Okay, so let's move on to the 30-minute time frame and start looking at volatility versus momentum. Okay, so we want to see that we are actually starting a new cycle of upside, and we want to see the potential of a pullback too. Okay, so actually let's draw back here to the 5-minute time frame. Here we are. We actually have a downside pivot, just like yesterday, right? We're maxing out every time. Literally just a huge ebb and flow here. So we're suggesting a downside here on stochastics, EMA3 and SMA14 suggesting a continuation to the downside. Notice how the cyan line is crossing beneath the SMA14 on the RSI. We're also showing a diminishing of bull pressure here on the 5-minute time frame, which is indicative of a continuation to the way down for a very short amount of time, just like yesterday, right? So we can put a discretionary target here just to see if we can get a clean entry, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say that we can look at the range of about 686. Let me put it. Actually, you know what? I would do it to this candle here. Okay, so yeah, potential drawback here or drawdown talking about really at the beginning of trading here. 686. I really don't think we could cover this entire gap here, but I'm going to go ahead and note it just in case because the EMA 21 on the 15 minute is located there. Okay, so potential pullback at the early part of the day, 686 to 672 before a bounce and a continuation to the upside. So let's now validate the upside. Okay, so 30-minute immediate short term actually still suggesting an upside. And it's funny because it's consolidating within the bullish control zone and the overbought percentile, and it's still thrusting to the upside. We're actually about to enter critical volatility there. Let's see the hourly time frame. It's actually dropping volatility, upside pivot. Very nice. Bi-hourly time frame has a slight upside pivot too, and we're actually contracting from critical volatility. 4-hour time frame should barely reflect that. Okay, yeah, barely. All right, so yeah, we're starting the new cycle, and that could present the influence of the 30-minute. I guess it would be 15-minute. We need the 15-minute to push a little bit harder here, right? So that's why I think it would be ideal for us to get this drop first, increase volatility by doing so, and then push to the upside based on demand. And I'm seeing 672 to about 686, and I suspect the momentum and volatility to correct just like it's been doing for the last few days. And then we would continue onwards and upwards, right? So I do have to say that the upside momentum that we were facing yesterday at close is slightly higher than it is today. And with that said, we just need to make sure to practice some discretion here. Okay, so let's see. There's a slight bearish divergence, but this is also indicative of a downside, right? So what I mean by that is actually decreasing volume with increasing price. That's actually a bearish divergence, right? So that's kind of giving us validation for a short-term pullback. and then a continuation to the upside. Now, as far as upside targets, just like we did yesterday, right? Let's go ahead and evaluate the potentials. So let me hide the momentum indicators or just the oscillators here and take a look at that. Okay, so upon a pullback here, I think I still have to honor my targets of about 804 to 864, where let me get rid of this now as we do not need it. Let me pull up the 4-hour time frame. And it is indicative of touching the 3 spot 272 into the 3 spot 618 golden mean. Okay, so this is looking fairly bullish. Okay, it's looking like it actually wants to meet that. Okay, so keep an eye on your targets, keep an eye on your profits, right? So there is going to be as soon as we start increasing more and more volatility, the FOMO is going to start applying like way crazier in here. And price action is going to start making larger and larger swings as there are positions covering the shorts, right? So we'll go ahead and, we're going to be streaming this live anyway. So go ahead and tune in. I'm usually streaming at around 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. to about 10 or 11 a.m. And we're covering FNGR, GTII, VIRI. We'll be also taking a look at VOCL since it's had about a 100% run on the day. There's lots of things that we're covering, okay? So, and more importantly, we are covering the broader markets, the SPY, TQQQ, and we're also looking at the Russell 2000, which has been outperforming the markets in general. Okay, team, please remember first and foremost that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.